Hello, this is a review of the Case Logic MSEC-4 camcorder case. Now, I think this is an absolutely excellent camcorder case for its versatility by its compact size and excellent overall protection. And while we're looking at the MSEC-4, we're going to do a simple comparison with some of the benefits and drawbacks of the similar Case Logic EHC-103 that has some subtle differences that have some benefits and disadvantages between the two. But let's focus on the MSEC-4 to talk about its general features. Now, first of all, what I love about this case, which is going to be very similar to the EHC-103, is the tilt-out pocket design. Now, it's nice and small. It's just about the size to fit in your camcorder. And you just run the zipper around, fold open the front, and there's this pocket here. So basically what you do is you take your camera, you can just slide it on in, let go, fold it up, and run the zipper around. So it's easy to have over your shoulder, quickly unzip, and pop it in and out when you want to quickly capture something. So you just unzip it and open it up, and at this slide out pocket, like this, the tilt out pocket, you're able to put your hand in, grab your camcorder, and just start working right away. I really love to be able to just throw it over my shoulder and use it like that. You have a very similar experience with the tilt-out design on the EHC-103. So the zipper works perfectly. It's a nice rigid design around so that it zippers really quickly with the standard zipper design, which, by the way, compared to the EHC-103, has a very workable zipper here. It's just a slightly different flexible design. It's a slightly different feel. But what I like with this case is I can pretty much zipper with one hand, just have it over my shoulder, whereas this one I gotta kind of hold it, but otherwise they're both great from that, but it seems well built. So what's the other thing you look for other than versatility is, well, let's finish that. Let's talk about, I want to be able to carry it around. So I like that this handle is very flexible and feels soft on the skin, even though it's just more of the nylon that we can see here. But it gives you a little bit more room so that you can slide your hand in. It's really easily slides in, and I can carry this around really easily just to pick it up when I don't want to carry it by the strap. Comparatively to the EHC-103 has, it's a very similar model, but one thing you'll notice is that there's not a lot of room beneath here. So to fit my hand in this particular one, I gotta kind of force my hand in, and the material of this right here is more of a stickier material. It's not the simple smooth nylon that the other one was. But it's definitely workable, but I prefer the easy pickup of just throwing my hand on this one, whereas I kind of fumble to go grab that one. This is still great, but I'm explaining why I think this is my preference. Then we have the strap. So let's talk about the strap for a minute. I think it's a perfectly serviceable strap. It works great for me. If we zoom in, it's just nylon, which is standard for straps on a case like this. And if we compare it to the EHC-103, we have slightly finer mesh on this one. So ever so slightly, this one might be a little bit more comfortable on your skin than this one is, but they're both nylon. They're both going to be similar in comfort and not as comfortable as perhaps a really expensive strap. You can always connect your own strap, replacing the existing one. But I find this is perfectly great. I just throw it over my shoulder, and especially if I have a jacket, I'll just tuck this under the edge of my collar or something like that, and I don't even notice it. So now let's talk about protection. That's probably the next biggest thing I look for, is I want to be able to throw this in a purse, so it's nice and small. I can throw it in a purse, or my wife's purse for that matter, or in the glove compartment, or in my luggage, or my carry-on specifically. I think this is a strong enough case that I'm not remotely worried about this thrown in my carry-on. So the cover is a nice smooth hard shell feel, but it's still some sort of rubber plastic, but it's just good solid feel. It's sturdy. If I push down, you'll see that it's fairly compression resistant. Now compare that to the plastic or rubber molding that's way more of a rubber than a hard shell on the EHC-103. This whole one flexes in. This is very good protection. I think this one is excellent protection. So let's look at what it's like elsewhere. So around in here, the back of this, by the way, is just as firm. And a comparison on this one seems a little bit more sturdy than the front side was, but this one has a belt loop, so you can actually run a belt through this one if you so wanted to. That's the EHC 103. So what other protection is in here? So it's really about where's the foam padding. So it's aside from the hard shell. Let's take a look at the foam padding. So it's going to be hard to see because it's all black. You can see this edge here is some nice thick foam, and it runs all the way around the sides there, but there's no foam on this side here or on the back, but with this little bit of pocket lining that has a thin foam, I think it's perfectly fine and very, very good. Compare that to this one here. What this one has is the same foam around the side that we had here, except that the pocket on this one also has more foam than the other one by a good amount. Now, so protection-wise, I think this one is definitely a bit more for throwing in a carry-on, whereas this one was a little bit softer. Now, size-wise, there is a very notable difference, but yet very subtle between these two. This unit is ever so slightly smaller lengthwise, whereas this one here is ever so slightly longer. Now, it's the smallest amount of difference that on my rather current camcorder, the Sony CX160, the difference in battery sizes that are currently attached to it matter. So when I have my thicker battery, it will not fit in this one, but it will fit in the EHC 103. So with the smaller battery, it works perfectly to slide it on in here. And so when I'm walking around on a vacation, sometimes I just want the nice small battery. I can throw it in here really quickly and pull it out because I don't always want to be attaching and detaching the battery. Which, by the way, the manual tells you to, for my camcorder, take the battery off after every single use. So theoretically what I do then is I still go ahead and put my camcorder in here, and then I put this in a little bit of pouch, and then I can throw it in there. But I do, the thing I like about this one is I can stuff the larger battery and it will fit in here because it's ever so slightly longer this way compared to this one. It's going to be very imperceptible on the video. So you can see the dimensions that I've posted online, and thank you for watching the review.